Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to a live stream. It's been a while. I hope everyone is well. Chelsea fans, I hope you're happy. We are finally getting into a bit of a groove with a winning streak, and what an emphatic win at Stamford Bridge last night. 5-0, another clean sheet. It's 3 clean sheets in a row now. I'm going to get excited. If you have a problem with me being excited following Chelsea Barrow, then sorry, I'm happy. I had a lot of people say, oh, it's just Barrow and this and that. But guys, we struggled against League 2, League 1 opposition, Championship opposition last season. So we've got every right to be happy and soak up the win yesterday. It was a great atmosphere, and it wasn't even a packed out Stamford Bridge. A Tuesday night, a lot of empty seats, Carabao Cup. People thought, yeah, not going to go to the Barrow game, but it was definitely worth it, guys. I'm very, very happy I went. And yeah, what a win. We're through to the next round after the last two fixtures tonight. We'll find out who we have in the next round. But fancy another go at Wembley? I know I do. To be fair, I literally said last season after we lost to Liverpool that I'm not going to Wembley again. Then I went to Wembley again for the FA Cup semi-final tie against Manchester City. And then I walked away and said, yeah, that's why I'm not going to go to Wembley again. But guess what, guys? I will go to Wembley again. Just let's get there. Chelsea, I'll be there. But yeah, I hope everyone's doing well. To those of you who have just joined, welcome to the stream. I hope everyone's well, having a lovely week. Please, on your way in, like the stream, click that like button. It really helps. Let's try and get to, I'd say, 50 likes today. Can we do that? I've just hit 6,000 subscribers as well, guys. So I owe you all such a huge thank you. I need to just, yeah, I can't express my gratitude. So it's all of you, those who support, those who comment, those who join me for streams like these and have been on the journey. It's been rocky, but we are seeing some light at the end of the tunnel. So yes, to every single subscriber, to every single supporter, thank you so, so much. And if you've just joined and you've never been on the channel before, if you enjoy the content and you'd like to see some Chelsea content or anything else like that, then please do hit that subscribe button to stick around. But yeah, let me know in the chat how you guys are feeling. What were your thoughts on the game? We will talk about the game. We will talk about the Premier League fixture we've got coming up this weekend against Brighton, of course. We'll talk about the next sort of run of games and if we can continue that on. A lot of people against Brighton, of course. We'll talk about the next sort of run of games and if we can continue that on. Sorry, guys, technical issue. I hope you can hear me well. But yeah, we will talk about the game. We'll talk about our realistic, I'd like to say, chances of top 4, our realistic chances of winning a trophy this season. And yeah, hopefully it's a good one. There's a lot to look forward to, a lot to be excited about. We've got new players who are now seeing kind of show their true colours. So it really is a truly exciting time to be a Chelsea fan. And what is there not to get excited about, guys? I know that we still obviously have tough fixtures. We're very early on in the season, but you know, it's the fact that we have had such a tough season. We've managed to win 3 away games when last season we took pride from our home records, but struggled away from home. This season we've turned it around a little bit for now, but hopefully we can continue that on, guys. Get your comments in. I'll have Charlie join me later to talk about the game as well. For those of you who were on his live or have watched his live, we were just there chatting about Chelsea. But yeah, let me say hello to some of you guys in the chat. I'm less and less worried about our attack, but I'm still a bit nervous about our ability to defend and our confidence when playing out the back. Yeah, I echo that. I completely understand your worries, and I think it's fair to say, because I think right now the statement that really encompasses Chelsea so far this season is that attack is our best form of defense, because we've been scoring loads of goals, but it does still feel a little bit shaky at the back. And I think that when it comes to playing that kind of high level of opposition in the Prem, you do worry about how our defense will deal with that, but plenty to grow. If Levi and Tosin get injured, then yes, due to how poorly the others are. Again, hopefully no injuries there. I think we have a lot more depth in our front line than we do in our back line. That goes without saying. And considering, you know, it's always a question mark whether we have fullbacks. that was a question, and it was an area that we really struggled with last season. You know, we had Levi Colwill occupying the left back role. We had Gusto, and thank God we signed Gusto, because what would we have done without him last season? But it's the fact that we're still a little bit unsure, and there is still too much change in the back line than I would perhaps like. But hopefully that improves, and we've got, every game from here on to perfect that. Hi, Liv. I hope you're well. Can I talk about how I feel about Chelsea? Of course you can. Let me know how you feel about Chelsea. Hey, Nina, I'm from Reading. Hello, Eunice. Hello to Reading. If we win all of our next 3 home games convincingly and get something against Liverpool at Anfield, only then I can believe we can get top 4. I think, Don, that's a fair statement to make. Again, we're very early on in the season, but considering this time last year was when we started kind of realising that Chelsea could be in trouble. I think September time, that kind of the 0-0 with Bournemouth, we lost to Forest, I think, at home. Aston Villa we lost to, remember. Was that the game that Gusto got sent off? We had someone sent off in that game, I can't remember. But my point is that was this time last year was when we started kind of, worrying a little bit about our season, and then we actually were right. And hindsight is obviously a great thing, but we did feel like we were in trouble. So now to be in this position where we've won games, we've won all our away fixtures so far, and hopefully now starting to build a little bit of a home run, then we've got a little bit more confidence, haven't we? So bring it on. Anfield was an embarrassment, to say the least, last season. But hey, you never know. And the fact that we are winning games, our confidence is rising a little bit. We've got more of an identity on the pitch, I'd say, as well. Then that makes you feel a little bit more optimistic. Can't wait to see Chelsea beat Brighton this weekend. Yeah, guys, I'd say recently in the last couple years since the takeover, we have had a little bit of a rivalry, if I can say, with Brighton, purely because of the whole backroom stuff, Graham Potter saga, the Caicedo deal and everything, Colwill, of course. I think that we've got a little bit of that extra kind of spice when it comes to playing them. We had some tough games, I think, last season against them, but we actually beat them to proceed into the next round of the Carabao Cup. And that game, guys, and I said this after Barrow yesterday, that game, that goal that Jackson scored for the 1-0, the winner of that game, was the only goal we had scored up until that point this month. Well, that month. Now, in September, after winning 5-0 yesterday, we previously beat West Ham 3-0, 1-0 against Bournemouth, and obviously the other fixtures we've had in September. We could barely have a goal in contention for goal of the month last year at this time. So, it's a much better position to be in. But if we win against Brighton, then that is going to be massive. It's so important to get points on the board, guys. I'm enjoying the content. Thank you, Eunice. I'm really, really glad. If everyone else is enjoying the content, hit that thumbs button on your thumbs up button. Thumbs up button on your way in, guys. I'd like us to try and get to 50 likes on this stream. So if you can help me do that, I'd be very, very grateful. Nearly halfway there. So that's great, guys. I've got a lot of energy. I'm still really excited. Stamford Bridge was a lively place last night. WSL content, please. It is coming. I'm actually planning something interesting. It's in the works. I will let you know once I have developed and perfected that. But watch this space. Subscribe so that you don't miss out. I'm happy, so am I. Hi, Nippon, I hope you're well. Nina, I just wanted to say you're amazing. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Can you please wear your Chelsea shirt? Do you know what? I've gone through a lot this month, so they're all in the wash, most of them. Anyways, but I live in Chelsea shirts, so sometimes I wear different clothes. Hey Nina, hello to you too. Big up to everybody joining. Love your content. Thank you so much, guys. That means the world. It's literally the best compliment a content creator can receive, so thank you so much. I think that Enzo is getting all these players that are so young. They have never been at Chelsea. Seems like they don't know how to play football, but we should get good players from Man City. Do you mean about Chelsea, Liv? I'm sure that you mean the exact opposite. If so, we've been doing much better, and hopefully he can get them to a much better level. Got you blasting on my outside speakers, getting ready for the hurricane tomorrow. See what happens. Anyway, love from Florida up the blues. Keep it going. You know, one of the best podcasts, in my opinion. Thank you, Mark. And I'm sorry to hear that you've got a hurricane coming. Hopefully that is not as bad. You get those a lot in Florida. Charlie is joining me now here. Charlie, people are going through with hurricanes right now as we're about to stream. Hopefully all is well there. To be fair, the weather is very crazy, isn't it? Across the world. But yeah, Mark, hope you're okay. Hope everything is fine in Florida. Big up Blues. Hello, good people. Yeah, Charlie, how are you, mate? Long time no see.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Nothing's changed in the last 5 minutes. All right. Yeah.
Good live stream.
Yeah, fine. Yeah,
Yeah. Good
yeah.
live stream. Good. Yeah, well, we're just talking about the Barrow game, and I think a lot of people said to me after the fan cam yesterday, oh, it's just Barrow, and why are you so happy? But you can't win in this situation, because had we lost or struggled against Barrow, then it would have been, oh, you can't beat a League Two side. And when you win and you beat them 5-0, it's like, oh, yeah, but that's the bare minimum. But yeah, I mean, it's obviously fair for us to be as excited as we are, right? Scoring 5 goals at Stamford Bridge. We've got every reason to be happy, right?
No, but if you can't enjoy winning 5-0,
the big wins,
then you might. What are you doing? We might as well just go and fucking do something else. If you can't enjoy these, like what if you can't enjoy these moments? Why would you? Why bother even? Why bother watching? Why bother following the club? Like, yes, we're fully aware that it's a crap team we played against. No one's pretending we were playing world beaters, but we struggled last season against lower league opposition. And this was the perfect performance in terms of how you should play against a lower league side. The rotation was spot on. The substitutions were great as well, giving the academy lads some minutes as well. Players getting much needed minutes in the tank. Gusto back from injury. We scored some good goals. We looked good going forward. It was a solid performance all round. Why would you not, like, in the bigger picture, this doesn't really make that much difference? Sure, but if you can't enjoy a team winning 5-0, whoever it's against, then go and do something else.
Yeah, true. Well, this is a really interesting point, actually. Let's fast forward. Well, I want to talk about the Barrow game in a little bit more detail, but let's just address this one. So Brighton's manager obviously got a red card in their last league match. He won't be on the touchline against Chelsea. Is that an advantage? And do you think that could be something that proves to be, an advantage for Chelsea? Because I always find it really interesting when managers on the touchline. It does kind of change the dynamic a little bit, doesn't it? Because, they're not shouting stuff from the touchline. They can't really
instruct. The assistant just does it anyway. So I don't think it makes.
It's a little bit different, though, isn't it?
It's a little bit different because the message is coming from a different voice. But at the end of the day, like, he's speaking to the assistant anyway. So, like, it's for me, it really doesn't make any difference whatsoever. The manager's not playing the game. Okay, sure. You'd prefer to have your manager on the touchline than not. But for me, it's not something I'm thinking like, oh, this is a massive advantage. That's going to really affect the game. It's not.
Charlie, it's going to mean that you get 3 points. Okay?
The assistant will do the job. The manager will be speaking to the assistant, telling him what to do and whatnot. He'll be fully aware of what the plan is. So look, for me, it's one of them things that I think people like to make a big deal out of, but it really doesn't change anything as far as I'm concerned.
Fair enough. Strange Doctor says the great thing is Enzo has installed a winning mentality. Most importantly, we've played the best team in the league. Yeah, I agree on the mentality point. And, we were talking on Charlie's stream that he's managed to not only improve the mentality, but also give us a bit of an identity on the pitch. And I think that's something that we've really, really been missing. So, yeah, it's great to see. And Charlie, you've obviously brought a lot of people on from your stream. So hi to everyone that was on Charlie's. If you can on your way in, and I will just say this again, a bit like a parrot, isn't it, when you have to say this thing? But trying to get to 50 likes on the stream, guys. So if you can help out by hitting that like button, then it's going to be massively appreciated. And again, for those who have just joined, my people, I have hit 6,000 subscribers, so thank you so much. We're not far off, another 20 likes, guys, and happy days. We beat we won 4 out of 4 games against Brighton last season. Yeah, because we played them.
We played them in the Carabao Cup. We beat them twice in the league.
Yeah.
What was the other game?
I guess pre-season.
Oh yeah, maybe pre-season. Yeah. Under Poch, you played them in pre-season.
Yeah, at the start of the year. But I guess you could still count that. Yeah, it's great. And I mentioned at the start that we do have a little bit of not a rivalry as such, but I think there's a little bit more spice to the Chelsea-Brighton games now because of obviously the history with transfer
from Brighton's perspective, not from. I don't think from a Chelsea perspective.
Not from ours, but it does make it much better, And I think that we always we want to win against every team, but it was definitely nice to get the wins that we did because again, again, 3-2. That was pretty tough. You know, it wasn't that extensive. When we beat them at home, I think it was 2-1 as well in the league. So, you know, it's improvement for sure. But again, I think that game more than anything is important for points on the board and just us getting another league win at home. I think is most important because that'll be our first league win at home if we beat Brighton.
We've only had two league games at home. Obviously, lost to City, the draw
And then-
against Palace. So yeah, we are obviously looking for the first league win at home under Maresca. Look, Brighton's going to be tricky. You know, they're unbeaten so far this season. They've got some good players. Fabian Herzler's doing a good job since he's come in. So yeah, you know, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy, but you know, if we're serious and we're making progress, these are the games that you have to be winning.
Yeah, for sure. We've got very optimistic here. I love this comment. Chelsea are doing the treble this season, Carabao Cup, FA Cup and Conference League. And then next season, we're going to win the league. I love that. I mean, to be fair, we did say at the start of the season that we want and need a trophy, don't we, this season? Regardless what it is. I mean, I would love a domestic cup purely because winning at Wembley is something that just now seems impossible in my mind. And winning at Wembley would just mean so much following as many disappointing results and heartbreaking performances that we've walked away from at Wembley. It would really mean a lot. Winning the Conference League, that would mean that we've literally won it all and be the first club to do that. Not a bad thing, I say. Something we've not really won. But yeah, out of those three, which one would you want to win the most?
Probably the Conference League because I'm hoping this will be the only time we're ever going to be in it. So yeah,
and everyone in the chat as well, join in on this one. Which trophy?
I'm happy with any of them, but I'd probably take the Conference League because I think I'm hoping this is the only time we're ever going to be in it, and we complete the set, and then we can definitely say we've won everything. Yeah. So yeah, I think from those perspective, from those points that I've made, I think for me, I'd rather have the Conference League, but ultimately, I'm not fussed. I'm happy with anything. You know, just get me a trophy.
Just get me a silverware, anything.
Yeah, anything will do.
Yeah, really, really big thank you to Chelsea Perspective for the donation. It says, big up Nina, keep the good work going. We've got to collab soon. Happily, thank you so much for your donation, your support and everything. And yeah, do message me, Instagram, Twitter, literally anything, and I'd be more than happy to collab soon. Thank you so much, though. I hope you're doing well. Daniel says, I want a trophy this season because it's been a long time since we won trophies. I want League Cup or Conference League. Okay. Just subscribed. Thank you, legend. We don't have to win against all big teams to get top 4. We have to put away the smaller teams convincingly. Do you think we can do that? Get top 4 without beating the top teams?
Well, you can't lose every game against those top teams, but you don't need to win them all. Yeah, can Chelsea get top 4? Absolutely. Yeah, of course we can.
Whatever happened to that other Chelsea girl, content creator? I think her name was
Maresca.
Maresca. Do you mean Michelle? Nichelle. I'm guessing here with the M and the Nichelle that you probably mean Michelle, and she is blonde. But yeah, she's doing some photography bits out in Denmark, and yeah, we obviously don't do much content together anymore, but she's doing some pretty big things. But yeah, check out her Instagram because she posts lots of different content on there now. But yeah, she's doing some cool things with photography. Cassidy and KDH yesterday, very solid considering how attacking minded they were. Well, we were talking about that, Charlie, on your stream earlier, and I think that we were a bit underwhelmed with Dewsbury Hall. I think Cassidy, again, for me, he's someone that won't really play. I didn't really get why we recalled him from Leicester, and that was a bit of a futile move in my opinion. But yeah, maybe for rotation, maybe we'll see him in some of our domestic cup games, Conference League maybe, but he will never play in the Prem, let's be real.
No, the Cassidy is not playing in the Prem. No, we just couldn't find a move away from him. It'll be gone in January or next summer. He's definitely not long-term future here. You got Ugochukwu and Santos to come back. Yeah, no, this is Cassidy's last season here for sure.
Yeah, For sure. But yeah, it's interesting though, because we have got so much to pick from, and it's the fact that, you know, we talk about it depth and we've got players that you can rotate. But again, there's some that probably know and are aware that they're not part of the bigger, like the Premier League plans. They're not part of this kind of squad building we have in the league going on right now. And I guess they're okay with that because, you know, every player wants minutes at the end of the day. But yeah, there we go. Ryan agrees with me. Not having your manager on the touchline is a big thing.
It's not.
It's really a big thing.
He sat like 4 rows back. Honestly, like
yeah, but he's still far away.
Look, if it was a massive game, right, maybe it makes a bit more difference. If it's a final or a semi-final or something, for a run-of-the-mill league match, like if people really think it makes that much, it really doesn't make that much difference. Maybe I'm in the minority here, but no, for me, I'm not having it. It really doesn't make a massive difference.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough, Charlie. I think you're the only.
Would your opinion change if Maresca was sat in the stands for this game rather than being on the touchline?
I'd be worried. Seriously, I'd be concerned.
Well, why? It's the same players on the pitch. Like they know what to do.
He's not there.
No, I'm not having it. I'm not having it.
Oh, Charlie, you've got Liv saying she loves your Zola t-shirt in the background.
Yeah, no, to be fair, right? Do you know, like it hangs there because it doesn't fit me because it's like a double XL, but I wanted a Zola shirt, so I bought.
I still wear it. You got Reddit Zola on the back.
No, I can't wear it because it's like a dress on there because like down to my knees.
It's fine.
I can't. No, I'm not wearing it. It hangs on the wall.
Yeah, well, good. You've got him up in a high place where he deserves to be. We got two around here saying people do make fun of the fact that it was just Barrow we played against, but still a complete rotation, and the fact that our players played well with each other is promising. You're right. You rotate heavily and you still look like you've got your identity on the pitch. You still look like you know exactly what you're doing. You know, some of these players have not even played together, a lot of them. So yeah, I agree. It's not just Barrow. Everybody stop saying that. This is a funny comment. I believe anything she tells me. Yeah, good. People downplay our winning against worse teams. Yeah, exactly what I was saying earlier. But if you think about it, there are 12 beatable teams at 72 points. Look, again, I said that there is no weak or strong opposition for Chelsea still right now because, again, the teams that people say we've just beaten and shouldn't be getting carried away, we've struggled and were beaten by them last season. Like I mentioned earlier, Wolves did the double over us. Crystal Palace made it tough home and maybe not away because that was a pretty good win for us. But, you know, still, Bournemouth, that was a 0-0 and then we won in the reverse fixture, did we?
Yeah, it was last game of the season, 2-1.
Last game of the season, yeah, of course, with Caicedo's absolutely phenomenal goal. But, you know, there we go. We did not win those games. So I won't have that. People downplaying teams and whatnot. It was great to have. If Chelsea win, Nippon says, I will go bald. Screenshot this. Well,
what is that? Any treble? It must be any treble. It can't be a Premier League.
Any treble counts. Hey, beggars can't be choosers. I'm joking, but yeah, we keep receipts here, Nippon, so it's all live here. So there you go. You've got it. Conference, Strange Doctor says, so I'm assuming out of the 3 trophies there, that's the one you'd win. David agrees and says the Conference League. Anything, to be honest, I've just realised how far behind I am with comments. I need to put this on slow mode because I literally waffle so much to try and respond to everyone's comments.
Just skip to the bottom.
No, I don't, because I want to see what everyone's got to say.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I do try and read as many as I can. But yeah, sometimes the people know, you know, you're not going to be able to read them all.
Yeah, well, okay. Anything, to be honest, that ends the drought. I agree. I second that comment. David, hello. It's good to see you on here. Keep up the good work. Right back at you, David. It's good to hear from you, and I hope you're doing well. Richie, thank you so much for the super chat. Mickey Mouse Conference League and Carabao Cup, I win. So people favour the Carabao Cup over the FA Cup, which is interesting because I think when we have conversations, that's the thing though, isn't it? Because I think yeah, for sure it's the easier cup to win, but then we've not won. I mean, I guess we've not won either for a number of years.
We haven't won domestic trophy since 2017.
So there you go. Yeah. That's a long time, and I think more than anything, it will be big to just win at Wembley, considering the endless results we have. Yeah, and please, can we not meet Liverpool at Wembley this season? Thank you. Yeah, that'll be nice. But yeah, Richie, much appreciated. Thank you so much for your support. But yeah, okay, I'll scroll down a little bit then. I'll listen to you so we can see some of the new comments coming in here. Yeah, a lot of people are saying Conference League, and I get that. It is European silverware at the end of the day. You can't take away from that.
And it gets you a place in the Europa League, which
In the Europa League,
all right,
yeah.
we'd like to think we'd qualify for the Europa League minimum in the league, but there's no guarantees. So if you can win that, that's definitely easier than finishing top 5 in the Premier League.
Yeah,
sure.
no, I agree with that. And again, it's the fact that, and I actually don't think the Conference League will be as easy as people paint it out to be.
No.
I know the opposition there you'd put on paper, like squad wise, we should be having the better squad than a lot of these teams, right? I mean, goes without saying, no offense.
The teams in it are dog shit. Let's be real. Like, let's be honest here, they are.
Charlie, I really tried to be nice here, but you just came straight at them.
But you know, there will be some tricky matches for us. You know, I expected Aston Villa to win it last year. They got done over by Olympiacos. You know, there are one or two bigger sides in there. I think Ajax are in it. There's one or two. But if we're being honest, the strength and depth that we've got, you know, this competition for me shouldn't be causing us too many issues.
No, it shouldn't. But then again, Severe beat us.
Yeah, but that was a playoff round though. I think like when things get serious, we'll turn up.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I've scrolled down here. I just want to bring this up, break up the football chat a little bit. This is a fun question. What's your guys' favorite ever Chelsea shirt, Charlie?
Oh, I'll probably say.
I'll go first. I wear it at the start of the season.
Just ask me and you go first. Yeah, go on then. Good one.
All right, go on then.
No, go on. No, you go.
Because I saw that you were thinking, and for me, this is a no-brainer because it's the shirt I wear on the first day of.
You're probably going to say the same one that I'm going to say. The white one with the fly Emirates with the blue
0304 away shirt. Yeah, there you go. See, I told you.
The one that you're wearing against on the first day of the season, yeah.
Yeah, and guys, to everyone watching, me and Charlie just always match because that's it's not a superstition, but it's just a little tradition I've got going on now. I wear it first game and last game of the season. I don't know why, I just do, but it's such a good shirt. And yeah, someone said that it looks like a cigarette pack, and I kind of can't unsee that, but it's such a good shirt.
I'm not sure. It's one of the best. It is one of the best.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, I'm glad we agree on that. By the way, what year is that Zola shirt from?
I think it's the 98 third kit.
Nice.
I think it is. Yeah, I think it's 98.
Yeah, where did you get it from? Did you just buy it online?
I got classic football shirts.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, well, let's scroll down. I do want to look ahead to the weekend then and talk a little bit about the Brighton game in a little bit more depth. So we've already spoken about the results and kind of our fixtures last season. I did mention earlier, Charlie, that if you remember, we actually beat them in the third round of the Carabao Cup last year, and that was the only goal we'd scored that month. Do you remember? And now look, flashback, you could pick from so many goals in September this year, but last year that was literally the only goal, I'm pretty sure, up until that point when we played them. And obviously it was Nico Jackson on the score sheet then in that game, but you know, that was really tough, and we didn't even have a pretty performance, I wouldn't say, but we grinded out the result. And do you remember how much we celebrated that after, you know, when we were doing the fan cams and everyone?
We enjoyed it because, you know, those were tough moments. Thankfully we're in a bit of a better position now, but you know, you have to enjoy the moments when they're there, because you don't know when the next win's going to be. You just never know.
Yeah, absolutely. But okay, so let me ask you this then. Obviously, we rotated heavily. The Carabao Cup, that's out the way. As we've returned to Premier League action, would you go for the same lineup that we put out against West Ham? Would you make any changes, or would you, if you were Enzo Maresca, go for that starting 11 again?
I'll bring Gusto in at right back and put Fofana into the centre, and Tosin unfortunately drops out. Nothing else needs to change, in my opinion. Lavia should be back for this weekend. He'll start on the bench. I don't think he's going to put him straight back into the team. And you play Gusto at right back, and Fofana goes back in alongside Colwell. Everything else stays the same for me. I mean, you've just won 3-0. You've got a right back available again, and unfortunately, Fofana is ahead of Tosin for me at centre back. So those are the changes you make, and you move again.
Yeah, that's interesting. And I want to ask and turn and open this question to everyone in the chat or everyone that's watching us. Chelsea fans, because I'm interested to find out, do you prefer Wesley Fofana over a Tosin? If we were to put them in the same kind of bracket, would you say that Tosin is better than Fofana or other way around? Charlie, I think you've made it pretty clear that you would much
Tosin's
rather
not better than Fofana. I think that's well disrespectful. Like, I like Tosin,
Are
but
you basing that off what he's shown at Chelsea for Fofana, what he's shown for Chelsea so far for Fofana, or are you basing it as a whole?
Tosin's played 3 games for Chelsea. So what are we really going off
But
Fulham
Wesley
Tosin to say
Fofana
that he's
hasn't
better
got.
than Fofana?
He's played more games than Tosin, but his CV at Chelsea isn't that extensive. I mean, he was pretty much out for a whole
No, he
season.
missed the
He's like
whole
a new
season
player.
last season. But look,
Yeah.
for Fofana, like if Fofana's fully fit and playing his best football, he's the best centre back at Chelsea. It's not for me. It's like it's not even a conversation. Look, Tosin's come in. He's done a good job against Bournemouth when he come on. Done a good job against West Ham. But let's not get too carried away here. Fofana for me is comfortably a better footballer than him. And you know, Maresca trusts him. You know, he's part of the first choice pairing with Colwell. Tosin will get opportunities. And we just have to see, you know, if he continues to make the most of them, then, you know, he could potentially break in. But I think it's going to take an injury or a drastic loss of form for Tosin to become a regular in the Premier League.
But I would argue that he actually deserves to get some Premier League starts because I'm still intrigued. I don't think we've seen enough. Like you mentioned, he's not really played.
He deserves, but you don't always get what you deserve, do you?
Arguably, he has more Premier League experience than Wesley Fofana.
Well, yeah, but he's 5 years. He's about 6 years older. He's about 3 or 4 years older than him.
So Wesley Fofana had a large spell out to injury. I'm not saying anything here. I'm just really keen to get your thoughts here on this because
for me, it's a no-brainer. I think Fofana is a top player. As I said, when he's fully fit and playing his best football, he is Chelsea's best defender, in my opinion. Look, Tosin's done.
That's not that great, though, is it? Because I think.
No, but Tosin's done a good job when he's come in the minimal game in the minimal games that he's played. But that doesn't suddenly qualify him to then be part of Chelsea's first choice centre back pairing off one game against West Ham and, you know, about 20 minutes against Bournemouth. It doesn't. Let's see more from him. And let's see how Fofana's development continues this season. And then maybe, you know, if we get towards Christmas time, then maybe there might be a conversation to have if things differ. But for me, right now, it's Fofana's clear of Tosin, in my opinion.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. The only reason I'm open-minded to this is because I don't see Wesley Fofana as the complete defender, in my opinion. I think he's still got a lot to improve to his game, and I think it's not helped that he's had as much time out due to injury as he has. But I think there are a lot of weaknesses, I think, to his game, and at times, like I mentioned, I think sometimes he's a bit positionally unaware, and I think he doesn't cover the ground he needs to. And for me, there is still an element to his game that needs to improve. But again, it goes for everyone, you know, in our back line. I feel a lot more confident with the positions sort of further up the pitch. I think defence is something that we need to work on. And I mean, fair play to Maresca. He said they were working on it in international break, and we've since had 3 clean sheets and, you know, had a pretty decent display. But then again, others will flip that and say, yeah, but wait till you face better opposition, or wait till we face you know, some of the teams that have got pretty good forwards that will cause you trouble, that will have you working hard the whole game. So yeah, I guess both can be true, but we'll just wait and see. But for now, we're not really feeling that kind of insecurity with our back line because our front line is performing as well as they are and scoring the goals. You know, you can't really like condemn a defense or like ridicule a defense when you've won 5-0, 3-0 if you want to go back to the league, of course. But yeah, but going back to the West Ham game though, Charlie, because you were there, you know, you were in the ground, and obviously it was a great away day for you, considering last year's was a 3-1 loss. To have a 3-0 and a clean sheet, and you know, the London Stadium is a tough ground for us to go. But what was your main takeaway with that game, and what impressed you the most, apart from obviously us scoring 3 goals?
How clinical we were, how much we controlled the game, kind of how easy it was, which is kind of mad. Look, we started the game really well. Early goal makes a huge difference. To go 1 up in the first sort of 5 minutes was a big plus. We dominated that first 20. We're 2 up. I thought from 20 minutes to half time, West Ham grew into it a little bit, but you get that third goal early doors in the second half. We could have had more. We limited West Ham to very, very little. We controlled the game. Caicedo was absolutely outstanding. We were clinical in front of goal. And yeah, you couldn't have asked much more. I think what impressed me most was how clinical we were in front of goal, how dangerous we looked going forward, and the control that we had in the game. I wasn't expecting the game to be that easy whatsoever beforehand. I thought we might, even though West Ham have had a poor start to the season, I thought this would be a game that we could potentially struggle in and slip up in, and it might be decided by the odd goal either way. But it was probably our easiest game of the season, which is kind of crazy. I mean, obviously before Barrow, but this was probably our easiest game of the season, certainly in the league anyway.
No, I agree, and I was equally worried going into that game purely because tough place to go. And I think, to be fair, I'm not discrediting our attack because it was brilliant up against West Ham, but I thought the defending was poor from West Ham, particularly for that first one.
Defensively, yeah.
The second one came so quickly after, and they made the same errors. And we were saying it's been so long since we've been able to play through the middle as easy as we did. It kind of took like 4 passes in from midfield, out to the wing, into central. Jackson picks it up, collects it for that second goal, and finishes it. And usually so many times last season we were in West Ham shoes for that, right? How easily we were played through, particularly when our midfield was so disconnected from our back line. So it does feel so good to be on the other side, doesn't it?
Yeah, no, exactly. Exactly. It's a good position to be in. It's nice to sort of be in a positive frame of mind, turning up to games, going to games, leaving happy, seeing good performances, seeing goals, seeing clean sheets. It makes such a difference. And it's now, now that we've won 3 games on the spin, we're looking half decent. We're putting a bit of a run together.
Yeah.
You can't find anything negative about Chelsea anywhere. And that's what I mean. There's things going on at ownership level and whatnot. But I've always said, if you want to shut the noise out, just perform well on the football pitch, and you're not going to hear any negativity. And that's exactly what we're doing right now. So not only is winning great for confidence, but winning's also great for shutting up any doubters, any noise sort of surrounding the club. Because right now, when was the last thing you heard anything about the ownership? When was the last time you heard anything negative? You can guarantee if we'd lost a few matches, that ownership thing would be being banged on about. Oh, it's affecting the team. How's Maresca going to deal with this and whatnot? So, yeah, look, not only is winning great for confidence, great to get the points on the board, great for the fans, great for the players, it's also great for just shutting people up.
Yeah, that's always good, isn't it? Particularly because so many people have been on our case, and it's actually really interesting to see people come back on their words now. For those that said during pre-season, before the season, during the transfer window, how all we're good at is winning transfer windows, and it's just so nice to see us get results. And you're now seeing people not be fearful, but take us a little bit more seriously. Do you know what I mean?
Because people are taking notice. People are taking notice.
Yeah. Which is, amazing. And it's like, we Chelsea fans, I'd love to say I told you so, but me, myself, coming into the season was a little bit worried, right? What's the season going to look like?
It's going into the unknown, isn't it? It's a young group of players still. It's a totally unproven manager.
Yeah.
We don't know how things are going to go. Look, we're 5 games in. We still don't know how things are going to go. But, as far as starts go, other than the drawing against Palace, for me personally, we couldn't have had a better start to the season. So,
yeah.
Why not? Why not enjoy it? Why not celebrate it? Why not give out praise where it's due? Yes, we're 5 games in. Yes, I'm not going to get carried away. But am I going to enjoy my team doing well after we've been so shit for 2 years? Absolutely, I am. Even if it's just 5 games, of course I'm going to enjoy it, because we go on a game-by-game basis. Yes, I look at the bigger picture as well. And right now, 5 games in the bigger picture doesn't really mean much. But this is good. This is fun. It's nice to feel happy after games. It's nice to see some good football, and long may that continue, because at some point this season we're going to go for a dip, we're going to go for a poor run of form, and we're not going to be feeling great after games. So there we go. I'm absolutely going to enjoy it.
Yeah, absolutely. And we deserve it as well. Following the last 2 seasons that we've had and how up and down it's been, we deserve to be happy about 5-0. 5-0 winning at Sparrow.
We deserve. It's been
grey
tough.
hair.
It's been tough. It's been really shit. So it's that. Why if you can't enjoy wins when your team's doing well, when can you? Maybe this sport's not for you if you can't enjoy your team doing well. If we're winning 5-0 and you've got people moaning, it's just like, what's the point? Let's just go home and do something else.
Yeah. Do you know what else I really took away from last night was how loud and good Stamford Bridge sounded? And it was the fact that
full. It wasn't full at all.
That's what I'm saying, but that is my point. That makes it even better, because it wasn't
good atmosphere for a cup game of that level. It was definitely better than I was expecting.
Yeah, I mean, like Tuesday night, a lot of people would have sold their tickets, thought, nah, I'm not going to go to Chelsea versus Barrow on a Tuesday night. But the fact that we were making noise, and I mean, I felt a little bit bad for their keeper, to be fair. When he came for the second half in front of that Matthew
Oh, it's
Harding,
getting battered.
yeah, you got to give it to him though. Like he was
Oh,
kind of
fair enough.
laughing a little bit. He took the
Fair
banter
enough.
well.
No, he took
But
it well.
yeah,
Fair play to the geezer. Fair
I
play.
can I can imagine the Barrow fans walked away from that game though thinking, "Oh, these Chelsea fans, like what the hell?" But to
Oh
be
yeah,
fair, like
probably.
we've been deprived. Like, sorry, no disrespect to Barrow fans whatsoever. I actually thought they were great. You know, till the end, 5-0 down, still supporting their team.
Nah, fair
Travelled
play
a
to
long
them. And do
way.
you know what? Right,
Yeah,
like they made a lot of noise. They were
they
decent.
did. They were so loud.
It's
Yeah,
a great day out for them. I don't want that to sound patronising or anything, but it is when you're a League Two side. You know, you don't get these days very often against big clubs, and it was great for them. Yeah, they were
yeah.
totally outclassed on the pitch, but what a great day out, you know. So fair play to them, and you know,
Hmm.
wish them all the best for the season.
Yeah.
No issues from me at all.
Absolutely. And I don't think they expected much, you know, coming to Stamford Bridge. I mean,
Oh, they weren't expecting it. They couldn't have been expecting anything.
yeah, no, of course, but it's just all about being there, right? Turning up to play against a team like Chelsea. Of course, it's exciting. You know, they are League Two leaders as well. I think they would have
They would have learned a lot as well, by the way.
they what?
They would have learned a lot from that
Oh
game.
yeah, for sure. A big learning curve for them. So yeah, great. Of course, if there's a Barrow fan here by any chance, then yeah, big up to you and best of luck for the season. But yeah, I want to talk about our midfield a little bit because with the amount of goals we've scored, it's easy to kind of overlook it or maybe not give as much praise. But I'm really happy that Caicedo's performance did not go unnoticed. You know, he was absolutely
Yeah.
brilliant against West Ham. What did you make of that? And do you think that Enzo and Caicedo are slowly kind of starting to form that little partnership we've been so longing to see and desperate to see, I'd say, is the question.
Well, that was Caicedo's best performance in a Chelsea shirt by far. He
I'd
was
agree.
everywhere. He was dominant, breaking play up, starting
Yeah.
attacks, got an assist for Jackson's goal. That was the player we paid the money for. And I feel like he obviously improved a lot over the second part of the season. Last season, putting some good performances towards the end of the campaign under Pochettino. And
Yeah.
he's pushed on under Maresca. He's you know, he looks like the player we paid the money for, as I said, and he's going to be vital for us in terms of how that Caicedo Enzo partnership's going to work. It's early days still. The two of them can play together. We saw that against West Ham. I think it can work. You do need to get the balance right. I think we're still sort of trying to find that. But yeah, you know, again, good problems to have. Good problems to have. Problems that I'd have them rather not have.
Yeah.
So look, do I think they can play together and do I think that partnership can be good? Yes. Do I feel that, you know, we're still trying to find the right balance? We're still trying to find the right way of getting it to gel? Yeah, sure. But Caicedo's performing really well this season. I think Enzo had a good game against West Ham. I thought, you know, he's starting to look a little bit better as well. And at the
Yeah.
end of the day, these players are too good not to perform for Chelsea. So it will come together, but we've just got to get those little last minute, you know, those final tweaks to find that right balance and exactly how best for those two to work together. But look, can it work? Absolutely, it can.
Yeah.
And yeah, we like, you know, time will tell over the next however many games. So yeah, look, I'm excited by Caicedo. I think it's a phenomenal footballer. I think Enzo's a very good footballer as well, a lot better than people give him credit for. And yeah, it is tricky to fit them both together. It is tricky to find the right balance, but I think Maresca can do it with Lavia coming back as well. That could make a difference also. So yeah, for me, I think we've got good options in midfield, and realistically, I think we're blessed in midfield. We're blessed in attack. The defense for me is probably the only part of the pitch where I still feel a little bit unsure. But yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, Caicedo's been
Same.
fantastic, and I think Enzo can have a big impact on this team as well. But it just Maresca's just got to find the right balance in the middle of the park.
Yeah, no, I agree. Just wanted to bring up Luke's comment here. Thank you very much, Luke, for your support. He asks, any progress with our potential new airline sponsors? Right, so obviously it's known that Qatar Airways could potentially be our sponsor for this season, which is quite bizarre. And I mean, it's not like us, is it, to not have a sponsor in the Premier League at the start
No,
of the
no.
season? Never happens before, but yeah, obviously it sparked a little bit of excitement across the fan base. We know that they've previously sponsored like PSG, Barcelona, but in terms of how realistic it is, I only know that they're holding talks. I don't know anything
I
more
don't think there's anything more than that.
concrete than that. But yeah, what is your thoughts on that though?
I mean, I mean, I'll be honest. not really that asked if there's something on the front of the shirt or not. Yeah, it's more money for the club, but yeah, look, I mean, shirt sponsors is not really something I lose too much sleep over. Yeah, as you say, I think that the conversations are taking place or have taken place. I don't know how far down the line anything is or isn't right now. And I guess more information will come out sort of over the coming days and weeks. But yeah, I don't think there's anything sort of any more advanced in the fact that yeah, we've held some talks. And other than that, I don't really think there's anything else to add.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's just a case of we'll wait and see, won't we? But I mean, the kit looks fine with or without a sponsor. It really doesn't matter. It won't really affect our performance as such. So from pure footballing side of things, it doesn't really matter. From a business side of thing, of course it does. I think it will be something that will be beneficial for the club in terms of how much money it would bring in. But yeah, thank you though, Luke. How nice of a compliment is that, Charlie, that we're his two
it's very nice.
YouTubers.
It's nice to be appreciated, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
thank you, guys.
It's good. Thank you, mate.
Thank you, Luke. Hope you're well. Mark here says, I thought Barrow played good football last night. They had to go, didn't sit back and give us a boring game. Yeah, Mark, I agree with you. Yeah. And I think that it was nice that they did give it a go. I mean, it's a chance for them to play football against a team like Chelsea. Of course, they're going to come out, give us a game. And I actually thought, you know, we talked about their keeper. I thought their keeper pulled out 2-3 good saves.
Yeah, made a really good save from Dewsbury Hall.
Could have been good. Yeah, could have been.
We could have scored
a couple more goals. So I think that's credit to the keeper, for keeping another 2-3 out. So fair play. Gave us a game. Weren't afraid to go for it, like Mark says. So yeah, I agree with that. Good game to watch for sure.
No, I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I've got to go now because I need to go and.
No worries, Charlie. Thanks very much for joining and good luck at work. Obviously.
No, well, I mean, I'm not.
See you at the Brighton game Saturday.
Yeah, see you Saturday, guys. Make sure you subscribe, smash the likes, all that good stuff.
Yeah, Charlie, I'll link your channel in the description down below.
Well, that's very kind of you.
Very kind of me. I'll do that for you. But yeah, guys, check out Charlie's stuff. It will all be in the description down below. I'll link it as soon as I sign off. But yeah, good luck at work, mate. I'll catch you soon.
Yeah, see you later, guys. Make sure you subscribe. Help me get to 12K. Enjoy the rest of the show. Big up, everyone, and I'll see you on Saturday.
See you.
Bye.
Bye. Who needs shirt sponsors? We should just win the league for fun so we can enjoy our clean shirts. Yeah, do you know what? I didn't think that the shirt looked that bad without a sponsor. I mean, I did get mine with the sponsor eventually. But yeah, it really doesn't matter, like you say. With or without, at the moment, it's not affecting our football. So yeah, who really cares? Nippon, thank you very much for the super chat. I've seen rival fans give us credit recently. Yeah, well, it's interesting, isn't it? When you've got teams doubting you, rivals doubting you, saying things and whatnot, and then you being able to prove them wrong. And, you know, words only do so much. It's the actions on the pitch that speak louder than the words. And I'd much rather do the performing on the pitch, get points, compete. We know what our goals are for the season. We want a trophy. We want to be back into Champions League, playing at the level that we deserve to be, where we are, you know, most confident at. So yeah, I think it should be fine. I don't really see why it shouldn't be. But yeah, let's just have a look. But yeah, thank you, Nippon, so much for the super chat, guys. Really appreciate it. And I can see that you have got me to 50 likes, so thank you so much to anyone new that has just joined. Thank you. And yeah, very appreciated. Thank you, guys. All the support means a lot. Big up to you. Hope you're well. I want a trophy, Daniel says, this season because we have not won major trophy and we have been poor for 2 seasons. I agree, Daniel. I think a trophy for club morale and spirit will be so good. A lot of these young players haven't really won anything as well. I think that's worth mentioning, that them winning and getting sort of their hands on silverware, whatever it may be, is going to be a big deal. Again, they've not lifted trophies. It doesn't really matter which one it will be. I don't think they separate. Not one is better than another. I would love to win at Wembley. For me, that would be huge, massive. So it'd be great to win a domestic cup, and the Conference League as well, equally exciting. We've not won it, but I agree, Daniel, and I think a lot of Chelsea fans will second that. A trophy this season would be so crucial. But yeah. Hello, Niall. Good to see you join. No problem that you're late. Like, subscribe, and share. Yes, what Niall says, guys. Thank you very much. I keep seeing week after week people downplaying our victories, just claiming it's against poor opponents, but we are winning with score lines that you'd expect from the likes of Chelsea. Absolutely, and I agree with your point, and I keep saying that you can't win because when you lose to these teams, oh, you should be beating them. When you do beat them, oh, well, you should be beating them. You know, like, duh. You should really be doing that is the bare minimum. But yeah, I think it's unfair to say though, because last season we struggled, like I mentioned already, against opposition that we've beaten this season. So yeah, we've got all the right to be happy about it. And the fact that we're winning convincingly against these teams is good. Yeah, we are back at where we used to be, but let's not forget that in the last 2 seasons we really were far off. So some may say, oh, well, this is what Chelsea should have been doing this whole time. But yeah, where we've been, guys, last 2 seasons, it's baby steps really, and to be winning the games that we are right now, in the fashion that we are, scoring the goals we are, yeah, it really is a step in the right direction. And as the title says, you know, it's a big glow up for Chelsea at the moment and how we look from last season. I know we had a good kind of streak at the end with the games that we won, but at the end of the day, it's a truly different playing style that we're seeing. We're seeing a lot more mentality shown from the players, a hunger to prove themselves. So yeah, but you know, the hate is gonna hate. Need more live streams. Well, these streams, yes, I would love to do more live streams, and I've got a few shows in the works, guys. And as soon as you know, I perfect them, I will let you know. Because again, I do want to make YouTube a little bit more of a regular thing, and I love coming on here and talking to you guys. So yeah, as long as you guys enjoy it, let me know what you'd like to see. Give me some new ideas as well, but I have already planned a couple new shows that I want to bring on. It's an exciting time. You know, I made this channel when Chelsea were arguably at rock bottom, going through the pits, going through the motions. So yeah, we're here to follow the process, support the Blues. At the end of the day, yeah, I'm always going to, you know. So yeah, great to see, guys. Sorry. Yes. So hello to you, Chucks. Hi, Nina. Hope you're good. I'm well, thank you. How are you? What are your thoughts on negative fans such as Rory, who are doing videos talking only when Chelsea lose? I'm pretty sure that this is referencing the video from the overlap where Rory was talking about Chelsea. And to be honest with you guys, it really doesn't affect me a lot. You know, I always try and speak about Chelsea as honestly as I can, say my thoughts. I don't agree with the fact that, however, when we have had the whole world pretty much against us and the whole Premier League already making it tough for us Chelsea fans to join in on that, you know, we're the ones that are supposed to be keeping the spirit high, still lifting it and making people not necessarily believe in what we're doing. I don't think that's important at all. They can see what we're doing on the pitch and when we come up against them in the league or whatsoever, but we really should be the ones that are backing us and having our back the most. And really right now, I get it, like last season when we're calling things out that weren't going right, but in this present moment, no Chelsea fan really should be saying anything negative about the club. It's fine to have worries. You know, we've still got a lot of goals to reach, but I don't necessarily agree with that view. But everyone's entitled to their own opinion, guys. So yeah, can't really say much on that note. I really like Enzo Maresca's press conference. I agree. I really, really do agree, because I think that, you know, the way he conducts himself and the way he speaks about the players so highly is just really, really good. And yes, let me have a look. Don't know why. Oh, okay, I see. Sorry, guys, my chat just froze for a second. I was just curious. I'm not fast either regarding sponsors. I never message on platforms. Personal conditions, I told Charlie after the Milan friendly. But it's great to see you rise. Thank you, Luke. I really, really do appreciate it. Your support means a lot. I do see you interacting, commenting on videos. So thank you. It really does mean a lot. Yeah, and happy to have you here on the show. Hope you enjoy. Are you happy with Enzo Maresca so far? And do you think we will still need to sign a striker in January? That's really interesting, because we actually did have a chat about this. And earlier we were saying how the fact that he's had the run he has at the start of the season is already a big step up. You know, I think we spoke about him being the first manager since Pep to win his first 3 away games at the start of the season. Pretty good. It's a pretty decent stat. But not only that, you know, I'm looking at the stuff on the pitch, the way that he handles himself in the presses, the way he speaks to the players, the way he supports them. And he's almost like that big kind of just super fan to the players, which is so nice. He obviously is their boss at the end of the day, but it's nice to see that they've got this trust building amongst each other. But for now, I've just got good things to say about Enzo Maresca. I have to admit that, you know, I was apprehensive when he first came in. Can't say I was over the moon with the appointment, but he is certainly building some trust here among the fans. Ryan, did my super chat earlier not get through? No, I've not seen it. I mean, my chat just froze, and I'm wondering if maybe there's been some sort of technical issue, but I have been able to receive the other super chats, but I don't think I've got yours. Maybe it will come up after the stream, Ryan, but I'm not too sure. I have been scrolling through all the comments, but no, I've not received anything. Hope you're well though, and thank you for joining. I personally like Mudryk. He is raw but not selfish. Want him to stay, but sadly that is looking difficult. I can't lie to you guys, out of all the wingers, all the forwards we've got at the moment, Mudryk is probably the least likely to feature as much as, you know, other players will in those positions. It is nothing personal. I just think Mudryk's had a really long while and a much longer time frame to develop, get better, and fight for his kind of place as a solid regular starter. You know, as like Cole Palmer or Noni Madueke now, if you want to say, because I think Madueke has really proved that he has improved. And I put them in the same bracket when they came in, because they both came in as pretty raw players. And I just think that Mudryk, I want him to do well, and I always have for the longest time have been Mudryk's biggest advocate. But right now, with the wealth and the impact that we're seeing from some of the other wingers, it's very hard to fight his case. Although I do think that he looked good against Barrow. It was really nice to see Neto run over to him as well. But yeah, I guess time will tell. Who do you want to have in the next round, Nina? Well, it's a tough one. Obviously, everyone wants an easier run, but ultimately, you're still going to have to play the top teams to get to Wembley. We've seen it previously. It's what stopped us from getting to the FA Cup final as well. But I honestly don't mind. Bring me anyone. I'd obviously much rather have an easier tie, wouldn't I? But I stopped listening to Rory ages ago. Fair enough, David. Everyone is entitled. Why do you think Enzo keeps bringing on Neto on the left when he's better on the right? Does he simply not trust Mudryk? Yeah, this is an interesting one. I think Enzo now will favour Neto perhaps to start on the right, but it's very hard then, because we've got obviously Noni Madueke starting there. Cole Palmer doesn't necessarily play there anymore like as he did last season. But yeah, it's a tough one. And I think when Neto played on the left, he was pretty isolated because a lot of the attack was coming down that right-hand side. And now you've obviously got Sancho as well that can start out there on the left. So yeah, I think it's just a case of we'll see all, but we've got enough games to rotate and to see different players there. Would you be okay doing a match vlog, but where we see more of the behind the scenes, like meeting up with Chelsea fans and friends, where you eat and drink, the vibes before the game? That's a really, really fun idea, Chucks. And the only time I've vlogged games was at Wembley last season, both Liverpool and Manchester City. And the only reason I don't do match day vlogs when I go to the Chelsea games is because I really just enjoy watching the game. That is just a complete honest opinion. It is sometimes tougher, but what you say about the behind the scenes, I think that's a lot easier. If you guys would like to see snippets of that, I could probably make that a thing on my TikTok if that is something you'd be intrigued to see. But yeah, when I go to home games, guys, I just love being in the present moment, watching the game, and then all my content is kind of before and after. But yeah, certainly I could make that a thing on my TikTok if you'd like that. My TikTok is linked in the description down below. I would advise you to follow, but that's a really lovely idea, and thank you very much for your contribution. Hello, Nina. First time watching you. Love from India. Well, thank you so much, and welcome to the channel. It's lovely to have you here, and all the way from India. Thank you very much for joining. Hi, Nina. Nice to be here. First time. A lot of first timers today. Well, thank you very much to everyone who's just joined. I see your content and reactions. Been doing myself too from over 3 years. Up the Chels. Would love to collab in future. Yeah, of course. That would be great. Always happy to collab with a fellow blue. I will make sure to check out your page and subscribe. But yeah, happy to do so. And thank you very much for joining me tonight. I don't see you doing much in January, and it's hard to get players in January. Oh, do you mean in the transfer window? Coming up to the hour mark soon, guys. We've done a lot of talking today. It's been very fun. Richie, thank you very much for your donation. Once again, that's very generous of you, and it's very much appreciated. Rory never has something good to say. Bad vibes. Yeah, again, guys, I think especially content creators, everyone creates the content they want. They put out what they want. At the end of the day, I don't have much of an opinion on it. I don't really see that much of Rory's stuff, to be completely honest with you. But yeah, with regards to the comment that was made today, or rather the clip that came out today, yeah, I disagree that Chelsea fans really should be on that comment. We do get it enough from rival fans. It's already tough as it is. But yeah, us Chelsea fans should really be backing and supporting our club now more than ever. But thank you so much for the super chat. Really much appreciated. What players would you sell because we got players coming in 2025? Well, that's a brilliant point, isn't it? And I think it's early to say because we've still obviously got a lot of the season to go by, and I'm sure that certain opinions will change as we see more of players. I think purely if you had to ask me right now which player I'd probably move on, it's not difficult to say Mudryk. And that's quite tough for me to say because I've been someone that's literally been on the Mudryk train for the longest time. But I just think, when is it enough is enough, where you say, okay, there's potential there, give him time, because he's been here now longer than a lot of players, funnily enough, have been in this current Chelsea squad. And when you see the players around him performing and actually producing the numbers as well, it's very difficult to still fight for his case and say that he deserves a regular spot in this lineup. But it's mad because he was not cheap at all. When you do ask yourself, what revenue do you generate from that? But I look elsewhere on the pitch at players like Carney Chukwuemeka. I probably wouldn't have sold him, but where does he fit in the long-term plans? There is a lot of question marks, but I still think it's a case of we want to see how players get on. There were talks about Disassi, Badiashile in summer. Disassi wore the captain armband yesterday, so it will be interesting just to see how everyone gets on from here on. But yeah, for now, it is tough to say. Same idea from me. I'm assuming you're talking about the vlog. So yeah, I could make that a little bit of a series, guys. Again, really happy to do that. Perhaps over on TikTok. Again, I would love to vlog at matches. It's just I'm so concentrated on the game and watching it that it probably would not be a very good or entertaining vlog for you guys. I did it twice at Wembley. Both were defeat, so that was really not fun in the end. But yeah, it's just the reality and the honesty of going to the game, being disappointed, going back, doing the same thing. But yeah, if you guys want to check those out, they're on the channel from last season, so make sure you check those out if you would like to. I really hope we make it to top 4 this season. We need it so much. Me too, Turan, and it's realistic, mate. Maybe I wouldn't have said that coming into the season because I was apprehensive, not too sure what to make of it, but there are reasons to believe we can. And, when you look at opposition and you look at other Premier League teams that are battling, you see kind of Aston Villa, they're playing Champions League football, still very much not letting it affect their form elsewhere, like in the domestic cups and in the leagues. But you really never know how everyone's going to get on. And I think at the end of the day, we really have to just look at ourselves. Of course, if we want to be in top 4, challenge for top 4, then we're going to have to beat some of the big dogs. That's just reality. You don't have to beat everyone, but you certainly do have to win those tougher games, and we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Good to have you back, Liv. Diego says, been loving the content. Thanks, Nina. Keep it up. Thank you very much, Diego. Glad to have you on, and thank you very, very much for supporting the channel. We are currently in a stretch of easier matches, but we have 4 very tough games coming up. Everyone in the community should be ready for this tough test and keep the support strong. Exactly that. If I could pin it, put it on my wall, that comment is exactly what we should be keeping in mind. And guys, don't get it twisted, don't get it wrong, we will go through a tough spell. It's just inevitable, right? And we are yet to find out how we actually cope when that gets to when that happens. Sorry, let me just, waffling's hard, guys, I'll tell you that. I can talk a lot, but it's tough. Excuse me. But yeah, exactly what you say there. Very, very true. They're going to be tough tests. You know, we are arguably having an easier run now at the start, and I would much rather that. You know, I'd much rather play lower level opposition at the start of the season, use it as a building block to gain more confidence, to kind of form this chemistry that we are across the team, and then go to face the tougher teams. You know, when it comes down to playing, you know, Liverpool, Arsenal, Man United, whatever. And getting the points that we deserve or should be getting. But yeah, we will see how that gets on. Is it just me, or are Nkunku and Felix working 2 times faster? No, it's probably not you. I mean, that first goal, the assist and the finish, just everything perfect. But yeah, they've got really good relationship there. I think they've got good link-up play, and I think Nkunku makes players around him look so good as well, because I think he's that player that's so comfortable on the ball. He makes things look so easy. But yeah, how refreshing is it to know, guys, that we have these players? And I tweeted after the game yesterday, I was like, how good is it to have 2 equally good and 2 equally quality front threes that you could make a case for both sets to start in a Premier League game? Like, you could definitely start the front 3 that we saw yesterday against Brighton. You won't, but you could. I think that's so important. Hello, Luca. How are you? Well, guys, it's still great to see. There's still 36 of you here. I know Arsenal are playing soon. I think that kicks off in just sort of 10-15 minutes. They've got Bolton. Can Bolton cause an upset? Probably not. Liverpool obviously play West Ham, and then after that game ends, we will know what our next opponent is in the Carabao Cup. So we know who we've got to beat to get closer to Wembley again. But yeah, that's fun. But guys, I'm going to round this out soon. I've spoken at you for a long time. I really, really appreciate every single one of you that have been here tonight on the show, supporting the channel. Thank you so much for your super chats as well. It's definitely so nice to see that you guys appreciate the content. Thank you again to those of you who joined or missed my thank you at the start for the support on the channel. For 6,000 subscribers, if you are one of those 6,000, then it means so much. You just truly don't know, find it hard to describe, but it's really great to see your content appreciated. I enjoy this so much. For those of you who don't know and want to see more videos, I am also over on Chelsea Fan TV. I do some shows on there, so you can see me a little bit more, but I will try and get some more live shows here for you guys, because it's really fun. Love interacting with you. For those that are watching all around the world, I hope you have a lovely day, night, whatever the time is for you. But yeah, guys, I hope you have a lovely rest of your week. We've got Brighton at the weekend. Hopefully that's another win, and we can get, not to get greedy, but another win and a clean sheet maybe. That would be nice to get Stamford Bridge rocking again. But thank you so much, everyone. Have a lovely evening, day, wherever you are. And of course, as always, up the Chelsea.